moving on from the virtual reality to the Nintendo reality, we're going to talk about the future of Nintendo, which I don't think is going to include VR. No.
Don't picture that.
Of course it's not.
Like,
Of course it's not. Their E3 showing was abysmal.
I can't even really call it a showing. It was kind of like...
Appearance.
They posted a few videos to say they're still alive. And that was it.
Still here. They did have the best little thing though with the Muppets type showing. That was fantastic.
I just love how much Nintendo love Amiibo. That is such a cool thing. Like, whenever you see them, they're always like, "Look at this Amiibo! It is so goddamn cool." It's just like, all right, fine.
Your great Japanese accent gets worse and worse and worse every time. So the future of Nintendo, obviously the NX, we knew wasn't going to be shown.
Yeah.
But that is obviously what they're working towards now. I mean, they've abandoned the Wii U. Let's be honest. They've still got a couple of games left. Star Fox Zero is coming out. Yoshi's Woolly World is out. I think tomorrow in the UK and Europe. Friday. It was a couple of days from when we're recording. Out in October in the US. There's a couple of other token games. There's a Fatal Frame horror game coming out, and whatever else there is. Not
I feel
much.
like they've run their course with the Wii U. They had an abysmal start. Then they had 1 year where they caned out so many good games.
Yep.
And now they've hit the slump again, and they're like, Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Or Mario Maker, sorry, not Paper Mario.
Oh yeah, Mario Maker, yeah. Because they've stopped making games for the Wii U, so you've got to make your own. So
It makes you question, like, what are you doing then? Like,
it's NX. They've clearly moved all their development,
all their eggs into the new basket.
Yeah.
Which I think, to be honest, is the right thing to do.
I wouldn't surprise me if we sit here next year after Nintendo showing at E3. They're like, here's the NX. It's whatever they call it. I don't know, Nintendo System Super or something.
The Wii U 2.
That would be better. That would be better. At least people would know it was new. So they have their new system. They're like, here's a new 3D Mario. Here's a new Metroid.
Yeah.
Zelda Wii U ported across. I think that's on the cards.
I think that would be a much better option as well. Like,
if you are Nintendo, what advantage would you gain from releasing a epic Zelda game months before or a year before the new console launches?
You'd just be setting out to die, really, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, it's such a. I mean, that kind of game is going to be so good, but who realistically is going to buy it on the Wii U other than like the die-hard fans?
Yeah.
You're not going to get people. Like Joe's like a perfect example. Joe's never played a Zelda game, but he needs to play the new Zelda game when it comes out.
Yeah.
And it comes out on the Wii U, he's not going to play it. Like, it's just how it is. It's just.
So the same thing was. It's funny because Skyward Sword was sold on the Wii, a console that sold almost 100 million, if not more than 100 million consoles. Yet no one really played it because it was at a time when all the Wiis had been put away because there was no other games coming out for it.
Yeah.
No one played Skyward Sword really.
Yeah, I never played it.
I think it sold 2-3 million.
Sad, isn't it? How did you mess that up?
It is. So the other question that the new Nintendo console raises is if it's going to be a console at all, because there is talk it could be a console handheld hybrid.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it could be interesting. But it just sounds. I think it'd be weird for them not to have a console, almost. But then at the same time, it's like.
But it would be a console. I imagine it like you have your PS4 and you have your Vita. So obviously you take your Vita away.
Right, okay,
like
yeah.
But then you still use that Vita as the main controller for the console.
I'm with you. It'd be interesting. Don't really know. It's weird. There's in such a weird little phase now where they're so quiet. Nothing's coming.
Yeah, I mean that's obviously what they're going towards.
What they aim
maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that this time next year, we can be like, wow, new console, tons of new games.
Do you think they'll reveal it next year? Next E3?
I feel like they need to. I feel like they need to be like, we're having a show this year, and do it the way that everyone else does it. Because it's kind of like they're almost just getting left out the rat race.
The crazy thing is Wii U is not even 3 years old yet.
With the Wii U, I mean, the Wii did so well for such a long period of time. They're obviously like, we're so goddamn smart. We do not need to worry about it. Just whack a U at the end of it, send it out with a gamepad, it'll be alright. And then they were kind of like, oh shit, hold on a minute, we don't actually have any games. And then it was kind of like, okay, now you've got great games, but everyone's moving on, next gen.
Yeah, Nintendo are definitely in a sticky situation because they've clearly abandoned the Wii U, but then there's that gap, they have to wait for the NX, but then they still have to satisfy the Wii U owners.
So they're just going to be like, meh. Here's your Yoshi Woolly World, be happy.
Yeah, it's almost like they're putting out games with as little effort as possible, but just enough to satisfy the Wii U audience. I mean, I think Star Fox Zero will be a great game. I think Yoshi will be a great game.
Yeah.
Fatal Frame will be a great game. Is it Fatal Frame?
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
I know it was called Project Zero here, the old horror game. There'll be great games, but...
What about Xenoblade, what's it called?
Xenoblade Chronicles. That game is...
Was that actually due out? Was that this year? Or was
that's late this year, yeah. That game has not had great impressions.
No, it looked really cool when they first showed it, and then it's a bit like The Division. Every time I've seen it since, I've been a bit like less and less interested.
Yeah, I mean that's due out later this year. I think it's this year over here.
But other than that, there's nothing else.
No, so the Wii U's definitely on the wane.
I mean, thank God for Fallout 4 and Metal Gear Solid, because there's really not really all that much to do. But they'll keep you busy enough for the end of time.
Yeah, unless you only own a Wii U.
Yeah, if you only own a Wii U, then unfortunately you may be in for a boring.
But I think Nintendo need to look at becoming... they're not going to go after the technical race that PlayStation and Xbox are. They need to become the second console.
Well, they did talk a lot about mobile and stuff, didn't they? Well, not recently, but they did before talk about mobile a lot, wanted to go into mobile, all that kind of stuff, which in a way makes sense. The kind of games they make, you would think a lot of them would quite easily translate to mobile.
Especially the ones on the 3DS.
Yeah, I mean, literally could just bang it on there right now.
Yeah. But we'll see. The future of Nintendo is very interesting. They're not in any danger of going out of business or anything like that. They've got more than enough money.
They could cock up another 2 consoles and still be alright.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the way Nintendo are at the minute. Or they could probably just live off Amiibos for the rest of the time. But there you go. So the story of Nintendo will be very interesting as we move forward. But for now, that is it for the Casually Addicted podcast, Cap, for this month or week or until whenever we decide to record it next time. So we are from casuallyaddicted.co.uk. If you'd like us on Facebook, you can follow us on Twitter at CasAddicted. Please subscribe to YouTube. It does help us out and like the videos. And I've been Craig.
And it's Alex.
And we're out.